I'm helping my friend Shoumik look for an apartment. Shoumik, what are you looking for in an apartment?
So I'm looking for a good place that I can park my car at mostly. San Francisco's pretty hard to own a car in, and there's very few neighborhoods where you can just own a car comfortably and just like park it on the street and not worry about it. So that might be one of my top priorities. It filters out a lot of apartments.
So you're not trying to pay for like garage parking?
Not trying to pay for garage parking. I want to be in a popular, fun area, but I also want to be able to park my car. So that kind of limits my areas to within a 1 or 2 mile radius of the Panhandle. Maybe some parts of the inner Richmond or inner Sunset, but for the most part, no, because they're not as fun or exciting.
And then in terms of the actual apartment?
Yeah, in terms of the actual apartment, I'm looking for good windows, a really good kitchen with pretty modern appliances. Gas stoves is nice.
Are you looking for a 1-bedroom?
And yeah, specifically I'm looking for a 1-bedroom, but I'd be open to a large studio that has enough closet space and storage space. So it really depends on like, whatever pops up. Most studios I think are an automatic no, just because they're tiny.
What's your budget?
I think the max I'm willing to pay is about $2,200 maybe.
No.
I was previously looking for places also that didn't even have laundry on site, but I think right now that's I need to have laundry in the building. That's non-negotiable. We'll see. I've seen a lot of apartments already. We've seen about 10 in the last few days. Trying to negotiate also maybe a second month free. You know, some places
A lot of places are doing that.
Also, I've noticed a lot of places will drop automatically once you ask them about like whether the rent's negotiable or not. They automatically drop $100. So that's super cool to see. Just have to like
just ask,
have your pitch right.
Cool. Yeah. Let's go see some apartments.
First up is the Striking Studio at 520 square feet. It was listed at $19.50 including utilities and was rent controlled, and located right across from Lafayette Park in Pac Heights.
So right away, you can see this apartment had these big beautiful windows, which immediately made this an attractive studio and one I could actually see myself living in. Ling did a great job of capturing the views and the potential that this unit had. And initially I was really not looking at studios at all, but the functional layout and the separate kitchen area and the large closet space really made me consider this one.
I gotta say my favorite part was the bathroom. It was super nicely remodeled, especially the shower. It may not look like anything special, but San Francisco showers are, on average, pretty bad. Shoumik, I feel like this kitchen was made for you. Like, if the apartment was just this kitchen, you'd be happy. Hey look, a gas stove!
I love the gas stove and the granite countertops and the remodeled appliances, so...
All Shoumik does is point out gas stoves in apartments. Hey look, a gas stove! As if I can't identify them myself.
This place checked off all my boxes. It was well within my budget of $2,200, and the kitchen really exceeded my expectations. Let's see what else the city has to offer.
Next up, let's head over to Alamo Square to take a look at the Roomy Residence, which is 850 square feet, $2,150, and is rent controlled.
As you can tell, this unit is already looking super old. Who even has a telephone in their apartment anymore? I later learned that's used to let in people from the front.
This closet is super cool though. I like that you can access it from the hallway and the bedroom. It's something we've seen in quite a few of the tours, and is also something that is in my apartment as well.
As you can tell, this apartment has these beautiful hardwood floors and these big beautiful bay windows, which has views of downtown and City Hall. This apartment's also in the Alamo Square neighborhood, which has a great proximity to local parks such as Golden Gate Park and the Panhandle, and is also really close to Japantown, Divisadero Street, which is home to a lot of great food. The apartment itself was actually really appealing. I love hardwood floors, and I love these big beautiful windows, but it was just too old for my liking. There was just a lot of signs that this place was unkept.
The whole time I was like, yeah, Shoumik, this is the one. And he was like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I wasn't totally in love with it. There were some really amazing qualities, like this huge closet, but it just, I can't
fit a bed in there. It's massive.
You could. I just can't live in a place that is significantly older than anything else I've ever lived in.
I think the worst part was that it didn't have laundry. Like, where were you gonna haul your laundry to in the middle of a pandemic?
Yeah. This was actually one of the first places I saw that didn't have on-site laundry, and I was kind of thinking just like, why did I even filter like this? Like
that bathtub with the corner shower head.
Oh no. Yeah, and it's just, wasn't that good.
I'm calling this one the Dingy Dwelling because that's how I felt about it. It's 680 square feet, 1900, rent controlled, and in Hayes Valley, which is a very popular, but in my opinion, super overrated neighborhood.
This is not somewhere I can live. Being confronted with this long hallway when you enter an apartment is just not a good feeling.
Yeah, and it also smelled really bad. Like poop or
I don't even know. Like
it felt very off-putting.
Yeah, it was a really bad smell. It wasn't even a paint smell. Like it was just terrible.
I'm so glad we saw it though, because I feel like it gave us perspective and comparison. And it did have, like, the layout was not great, but it was pretty spacious.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice apartment as far as, like, it has hardwood floors, the rooms are pretty big. It's just a very bad kitchen.
I also didn't like that water tank in the kitchen, like, just covered by that partition. The kitchen was barely a kitchen.
If you want, like, a secluded, dark apartment with a long hallway as soon as you enter, then...
And a poop smell.
Yeah, this place is perfect for you, but not what I'm looking for.
Wow, this is still going, huh? So, okay, well, if we didn't make it clear this was a no, it's gonna be a no from us, dog. Let's move a little further west to Nopa, which is short for north of the Panhandle. It's neighborhood-wise a very solid choice because of all of the parks nearby. My initial reaction was that this place was overpriced because at $2,200 it was quite lackluster.
It was definitely very expensive for what you're getting. The kitchen wasn't great. The living room was alright, so not in love with it, but whatever.
The whole time, the lady who was showing it to us was like really talking up the unit on top. She's like, yeah, the unit on top is super nice though. And I'm like, but we're not looking at that one, we're looking at this one.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I think she definitely knew this wasn't the best unit in the building. This unit just didn't check off all my boxes.
Last but certainly not least is the Splendid Studio. It's 460 square feet, 1,800 in rent, and also had the option of a $200 a month garage parking spot. It had another two-way closet, which would be perfect for storing all of Shoumik's random stuff.
Okay, I don't have that much stuff, but I do love these two-way closets. Oh my god, another two-way closet. I actually didn't even realize that the bathroom had one that connected from the hallway.
What, until now?
Yeah, I've seen this video probably 50 times, but yeah, I just never noticed this. The living room is so nice. I love these big windows, as you may know, and the kitchen was also really nicely renovated, so right away, top of the list is the studio, but the price is amazing.
I think the price really sold it for you.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the price when she first told me, but really loved this place, and the landlord was just so friendly.
You're all like, oh, I don't need garage parking.
We're not trying to pay for garage parking.
Ends up choosing a place with garage parking.
It ends up being the unexpected perk that I just sprung for. I ended up applying to this place the next day and was able to actually negotiate a little bit of a discount and got this for $1,833 versus $2,000.
Nice. Congrats, bro. Hi, we just got our vaccine. I puked, and then I pooped, and farted all over Shoumik.
Not in the car.
In the porta potty, and the EMTs came. It was so embarrassing, but we did it! Yay!
I bought her some Gatorade to rehydrate herself.
That's actually when I started puking. When I ate the snack and then I drank water and I was like... It's like the emoji, you know, the barf emoji, where it's like, that's how I felt. No, not the one that's fully barfed yet, but the one that's like trying to hold it in.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not gonna barf, okay, I'm gonna barf.
Did you ask me to stop, or we were already stopped, thankfully?
Yeah.
Because we were waiting behind the other cars.
Yeah.
And then you just opened the door and then just turned your whole body.
It immediately came out.
Yeah, and then you just like bent fully forward.
And then someone rushed over. I was like, oh god, I probably look like they're probably like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
I didn't even say anything actually, because people just saw you puking, and I was like, I think they got it. Like, no one actually even talked to me until like 5 minutes later, because I was just sitting in the driver's, and like I couldn't even see their faces from where I was sitting.
I heard the guy ask you like, oh, is she pretty scared of this?
Did you hear what I said? I just was like, yeah, she has a huge phobia. And he's like, oh. okay. Because you all, when he asked you,
I said I have a phobia.
yeah, but you made it sound so chill.
I was trying to be normal. I was like,
I was like, Ling, tell him.
I said that. I was
Tell
like,
him you're scared.
I was like, I just have a phobia of needles.
No, yeah, I was like, no, he doesn't know. So like when he asked me again, I was like, yeah, no, she has the biggest fear of needles out of anyone I know. He's like, oh, okay. So,
I like how the first EMT was like, oh, I don't like needles either.
I was like, then why are you not?
Yeah, I'm like, that's a lie.
Dumb.
I used to straight up lie.
Actually, not. That's not true.
He was just trying to make
I
me
almost
feel
laughed.
better.
I almost laughed. I was like, there's no way.
And now the other guys are like, oh, we saw other people puking yesterday. I'm like, okay.
And then he came over. He's like, well, the good part is that you're fine. And I was like, is that all it took? Like, he just looked at her. You heard that, right?
Yeah. Well, they took my blood pressure and it was low. But I know when my blood pressure is always low.
What is it? Is this if it's high? Would that be bad?
I don't know what I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe high would be worse. But too low is also really not good. I don't know. Anyways, that's the story.
EMT here.
We're good now. Bye, COVID. It's been real. Is it this way? Oh yeah, it's this way. You know who does this? So I'm gonna turn the video off.